Hey guys, welcome. It's Danny and HT here. Got another stream for you. Yeah, let's get right into it. So, looking like we're getting really close to this apex here on the daily time frame, and it doesn't look like it wants to hold. We're still getting some red, um, but it doesn't look like we're gonna break up at this point. A lot of our indicators are still pointing bearish. We've got our OBV pointing down still. Um, got a lot of compression on the OBV, not on the OBV, on the Bollinger's, on the RSI. It's and it's still below that 50 line, so not feeling too great right now. So you know, looking more and more likely that this ABCD uh, to the downside to 10k is looking more and more likely. Still waiting for that breakdown, and we should get that. Pretty sure by this week or next week. So, HT, how you going? How you feeling?
Hey brother, feeling well, man. I'm actually so happy about, the blood in the streets at the moment. I'm glad that it's red, and the reason why is on stream yesterday I was saying that I hoped all of these blockchain as a service tokens will kind of retrace because they're completely overvalued at the moment, like QNT and Morpheus network and all of that. Um, so I'm glad. I actually want it to go a little bit further down, hopefully to the 61.8 or 78.6 mark. So then I can dollar cost average in. So I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, man, that's it. Let's have a look at some of the see the biggest losers right now on our watch list. Looks like it's LTO. It did have a big pop the other day, and it's looked like it's just come back down to retest uh, that initial breakout there that we had a couple of days ago. Um, Look, there's not too much green in the space. The one that stands out right now is DSO, and it's uh, even looks like there's a bot coming in on DSO, but we've
Yeah.
got to give it some time to play out. But I don't think DSO gets too much higher from this point. It really needs to come back down to its initial breakout level at about $8 or $9. Um, So yeah, still watching for that retrace there, but it's looking pretty strong compared to the rest of the market right now. There's a couple of other ones out there that are just holding steady. QNT's holding a bit steady, but again, still gone up quite a bit since its rally there, and it does need to retrace quite a bit. So we'll put on a fib retrace there, and we should be looking to retest back around the $100 level. Um, at the minimum here, but you can see the volume. It's just coming in strong. There's
Does not want to stop.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on here with QNT, and well, I mean, short term, you had that volume surge come in, but over the long term, I want to be watching out for these green volume bars and how they act, because it's looking like it's accumulation here, and it could be the start of something big if the institutions start getting in here. Um, let's have a look at some other ones here. We've got TVK, it's a bit green. It's just still chilling sideways. VIDT, I think caught our eye the other day. Still in a downtrend. Bit of room to the upside. It's got some volume kicking in. You could definitely see a little bit of a pop sometime down the line up to about uh, 35, 40 cents. Um, Other than that, the rest of the market looks a bit downy. Um, LFG here is a bit interesting. It's broken out as well. Um, this one's a bit of a weird one, saying it's.
Looks like it passed that trend line there on your a daily trend line on off that M, that little M there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This
Looks like it's
one's this one's pretty similar. It'll have to retrace as well. uh, kind of like this, so it should come back down.
Uh,
60-70% retrace there. Yeah, has anything caught your eye recently, or just kind of just waiting for the markets?
actually, Morpheus Network.
Yeah, all right. What's the ticker for that one?
It's MNW. On Binance, yeah. Oh, not on Binance, KuCoin, I think. Gate.io has longer history.
Yeah, let's try Gate. Here we go. Oh, Jesus. What is this?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my. This is pops like crazy. Wow.
yeah. It's
I'll
doing really, really well.
add that to the list. MNW USDT.
This is another. This is a competitor to your to VeChain. It's got a
Ah,
lot of
okay.
institutional adopters.
Yeah, I can
And
definitely
I've been
see that.
keeping my eye on this quite a bit.
Wow, this one looks really good. Guys, that is a beautiful weekly W.
Beautiful weekly W.
And let's zoom in on some of these. Oh, there's not too much history
It's
that we can
kind of
go
new,
off.
man.
It is
Yeah.
pretty new. So I'm definitely looking for this retrace back down here. Uh, Around about 69 cents as the Wyckoff check. Um, that looks like
And
a
this,
level that I'd be interested in. And do you know what the fundamentals are on this one here?
not really. I know the tokenomics are great. It's a small, a fixed market, fixed supply, and I believe the market cap is around 20 million. I'll double check for you. But the great thing about it as well is that there are a few gaps on the hourly at around 80 cents and exactly that Wyckoff at 60 cents. So
Yeah, interesting.
that's where I'm looking at as well. Um, so Morpheus Network has a max supply of 48 million tokens and a market cap of 52 million.
Oh wow, okay, those are
Yeah,
some really good numbers. There's some really good numbers there.
yeah,
Wow.
perfect, perfect. Like a diamond in the rough.
Yeah. And so you said these guys were the competitors to VeChain.
Yeah, so they're a it's a full service global automated supply chain platform for the global trading industry utilizing blockchain technology. This is achieved with smart contracts driving the supply chain with predetermined automated work contracts, shipping, and customs documents. So it's exactly like VeChain, but and it's actually working with banks through the Swift payment hub.
Oh wow,
And
that's massive.
yeah, yeah. So all of those, your Visa, your international exchange of money between banks, all of that is done through the Swift payments hub. And just imagine how many companies, Fortune 500 companies will be using this in the next cycle. They wouldn't even know that they're using Morpheus Network because it'll be integrated with Swift. That's why I'm really interested in it, and a lot of sentiment around this name.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
So it's looking good, man. It's looking good. Great time to keep a really keen eye out. Um, and hopefully make an entry and dollar cost average in, because if you amass a good position on here, I mean, easy doubles, even triples.
Oh no, like that's cutting this. Wow, that's just to be honest, 3x is yeah, it's not cutting
Conservative.
it. Yeah, it's not cutting it. It's this has 10x potential with 100x potential in it as well. Um, yeah, it's just one of those to keep an eye out on for sure.
Um, but there's a lot of public sentiment around it, so
Hmm.
it's good to keep your finger on the pulse with these sort of things. And honestly, if you um put out your moving averages, you'll see that uh the 50 moving average has just crossed above the 200 moving average, and that's why there's been a recent pump. So
Oh
looking good, man.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll definitely expect a retrace back here then, around about, 70, 80 cents. Um, yeah, there's definitely going to have to be a retest of the of that 200 moving average down the line, but very strong pop, very strong pop.
And it's the same thing with QNT. QNT, the 50 moving average crossed above the 200 moving average at around $98, which is exactly the that 68 61.8, between 61.8 and 78.6.
Yeah, interesting.
So, yeah, very, very good news for, blockchain as a service. Um, there's a lot of them, man. A lot of them. Casper Network, CSPR. Looks like the 50 moving average is about to cross the 200 moving average. At the moment, it's retracing down.
Yeah, wow, that's very similar. Um,
Very, very similar.
very similar. But this one's just got a bit more selling pressure on it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we had the Bulls come in strong, but we had the Bears come in just as strong. So not quite the same kind of pop as what was that other one?
Morpheus
Yeah,
Network.
Morpheus Network. All right. Yeah, but definitely got potential there. So that one's going in the list as well. And yeah, this is something that you know this is exactly what you want to be doing during the bear markets is build your list, guys. Research, find the names that you're kind of interested in, because when the bull market comes, guys, there won't be enough time to do some of this market research. It's gonna come in, pretty hot.
Yeah, it'll just explode for the people that, were already early. Um, they will be sitting pretty, whilst the new people that are coming into the name have just found out about it, just understood the fundamentals, and then they start to buy in. But you're already taking profits. So,
Exactly, that's it.
yeah.
So yeah,
Um,
definitely the time to be building up your list, doing your own research, um, obviously building a plan, following the process, and if you guys can get on top of that early, you're gonna have a better time, um, following your plan, selling on the way up, or whatever your plan is. You're gonna have a lot better time than the people that have come in midway or pretty much at the tail end of the bull run and they're scrambling, or when that bear market hits and their position's underwater. That's when they're in a bad position, and that's when you'll see the, oh, what should I do? I've lost this much, and obviously giving financial advice when the emotions run high like that, it's not a place you want to be in. So don't ever put yourself in that position. And me and HT, we're still pretty new, but we've definitely found ourselves in those positions before, and we want to pass that experience on. Just you guys don't have to go through things like that. But obviously, if that's something that you got to go through, you just got to go through it and learn from that experience. Um, but yeah, if we can help you, obviously not have to go through things like that, then that's always a bonus.
yeah, man. A few good ones that you were looking at. INJ. It looks like it's kind of basing out at two
It's
dollars now.
it's looking prime. Like this is
Yeah.
this is the kind of the structure that you want to see, kind of similar to this Morpheus network. It had these W's going, these higher lows. They had these kind of structures working in the chart, and it's looking very similar. It's looking prime to make a similar move. But we're just waiting on that one to happen. Basically, let's have a look at some of these moving averages, so you can see how they're kind of all converging. Just getting ready for a big pop up. So definitely getting ready there, building positions there.
And
Yeah, and
Danny,
yeah,
um, because a lot of these alts at the moment, the ones that we've been looking at, blockchain as a service, these perpetuals, like Perp and INJ, and these DeFi, some of the DeFis, all of the moving averages are basic, or the daily moving averages are basically doing the same thing. You've got your low term, um, moving averages beginning to trying to cross above the 200. So it's like what we said, we might be getting a late alt rally towards the tail end of October.
Yeah. And looking at Cardano here, it's not looking great. I'd drawn these lows on, we were thinking Cardano might lead the altcoin space with that Hydra upgrade, but it's looking like it's breaking down, and it's definitely got to come back down to probably 20 cents. We're looking at to find that new base going forward.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, not looking too great for Cardano right now. And even Ethereum's not looking too hot. It's just come back down to its Wyckoff check and it's just testing that. So definitely the time, to be in DeFi. At the moment, Ethereum's just not it's just not happening right now, and it's definitely not leading any market by any means. We're starting to get a lot of these smaller cap coins, make moves like that Morpheus network. So I think, look, that tells me, that gives me a sign. It tells me, Ethereum might not be a big dog, might not be a leading indicator anymore. There's going to be a lot more different names to look into. I believe Ethereum's time has kind of come. Um, I don't see it becoming a big market leader. Um, Obviously, unless it can pull something together. Um, yeah, it's still looking quite heavy as well. So I'm not too sure what to think about Ethereum right now. So obviously not touching it. But looking at
It's
some of these
exactly like
others, yeah,
it's exactly like what you said about layer ones a while ago, saying that the layer one story is kind of dying at the moment, and the new wave is going to be things built to make layer one even better.
yeah,
Um, like your Morpheus network, like your QNT, like your perpetuals. Um, you called it a while ago, man.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say I called it. It's just trying to think about all the possibilities, and it's all about percentages. What's the most likely to happen. You're never going to be right all the time, but if you can be right, even 50, 60, 70% of the time, you're doing better than most. Because most people, uh, it is quite hard to. There's so many moving parts. There's so many mechanics behind how different markets, how all these interactions work, and sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you're just dead wrong. So, uh, but it's a percentages game. You want to just um, you know put all the macro together, put all the macro together, put all the fundamentals together, the technicals together, and just it's like a big puzzle. You know, you got to start somewhere, and work your way uh, to basically try and finish that puzzle. But if it's like a massive puzzle, you might never finish it. But that's the fun of it. Um, and it's not looking great for some of these fan tokens right now. But there's still accumulation. I'm still keeping my eye out on that UFC token. Got to find out a bit more about when they're going to release that to the US markets, if they haven't already. Um, but I think that's going to be big here. Overall, not a great day. It's looking quite bearish still. So, but obviously there's still some gems out there, um, like HT was saying with that Morpheus network, DSO. There's some gems out there that you can you know
Another
play in.
name I actually found was Aptos, Aptos. APT is the ticker.
Oh,
It's I have
APT.
it's brand new and I think it just released today
Yeah, on Coinbase. Yeah,
and
interesting.
immediately just
Big pop.
moon rocketed.
I wouldn't say moon rocketed, but yeah, I mean for this kind of market, yeah, it's a pretty big move.
And I don't understand why honestly, because there's an infinite supply.
Yeah,
So I don't understand why. I just saw it this morning. So I've got to keep an eye out, but we've
most
got to.
likely just because it was listed on Coinbase, and Coinbase is a pretty big exchange, so
Yeah.
You would have had a lot of volume come in.
Interesting. Very, very interesting with this.
But actually, let's go to a 1 hour on this one. Actually, maybe go 9 minute. It's interesting, yeah. So you can see they pumped it up. You know, they sold up here. You had a gap down here that got filled right there. Let's see if we can find any gaps here on this chart. Yeah, there's some cheeky gaps down here. $7. But yeah, it's just one to keep an eye out on. I like these to kind of settle down and form their base and go from there. It's a bit hard with something like this to, unless you're on like a 10-minute chart or a 1 minute chart.
Especially a new name. It's so volatile when it first comes out.
Yeah,
You just want to let the dust settle and then see what happens from there.
yeah. Unless you're a crazy volatile trader and that's your bread and butter. But for someone like us, it depends. It really does depend, like what kind of mood you're in. How you're feeling. Sometimes you're in there, in and out pretty good, pretty quick, and you can make some quick gains. And then some other times you can get some big dumps like this, and they'll wipe you out.
Anything else you're looking at, Danny, at the moment, or?
No, I mean I saw some news on PayPal. I think people are getting a bit upset with PayPal. I think they had something about a fee that they were going to introduce, and then people started getting mad, and apparently they had like a terms and conditions, and then all of a sudden they just you know got rid of it and pretended as if nothing ever happened. So some people, I've been hearing some news about PayPal, and it's not great for PayPal. People are starting to, I think they're they're trying to incentivize you by giving you $10-15 to not basically delete your PayPal account or something along those lines as well.
Oh,
So
weird.
yeah, I mean it's not looking great for PayPal because I think there's a lot more competition out there in the payment space now. Um, So yeah, I think PayPal's on its way out. It's looking like that. They're a bit of an old dinosaur. When you
Yeah,
got competitors like Afterpay and like some of these different payment services now.
yeah, that's true. That is very true. Hey, did you want to do a play-by-play just to show the people, trading in real time?
Yeah, I mean if you're down for that, like, we can have a look at something.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do.
That was
What do you
a
want to
nice
do?
20 minute update about what we're seeing and close it off with a nice trade. Um, Anything, man. Just a future, gold, silver, copper, doesn't matter. I can even uh look for a random ticker for you.
Yeah, let's go with a random ticker.
Alrighty. Random. Let's see. How about HPP?
HPP.
Yep.
Is that on the New York?
So, yep. New York Stock Exchange.
Okay, let's get rid of this. Go back. How long has this been out for? Okay, we got 2015. Let's keep going. We'll be on a daily. It's not going to be too crazy. Here we go. So
I can
that.
go lower time frame. Even go an hour.
The problem is that there's probably going to be gaps that
Oh, right. Not even a 4 hour.
yeah. Okay, we can go 4 hour. Yeah, it's just there are going to be some gaps that might make the chart a bit weird.
Oh, that's right. Make it look ugly. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's fine. We'll go ahead with that. We gotta go all the way back there.
I wonder if you can cut it on a daily and then change it to an hourly.
I think you can. I'm not sure. If not, I mean, we could definitely ask TradingView to implement that type of function
Update
in.
that. Yeah.
So we're gonna go replay. I wonder if I'm gonna get the new version of this replay. No, I've still got the old version of it.
Oh, weird.
Right, well, that's what I thought it would look like. Okay.
Ah.
Alrighty. Um, we'll look downtrend,
Yeah.
right off the top. Go. Actually, when it comes to charts like this, actually it's not a bad idea to switch it up to a line chart just to give you a nice
But
fluid picture. And then we can change back to that candle. Alright, let's play this out a little bit. I just want to get some structure happening here. So right now, still downtrending. Let's
getting
have a look.
MACD divergences.
Yeah, getting a bit of divergence. I'll keep playing it out. A little bit of divergence here. So we got some divergence here. Had a big pop. I mean, with something like this, if we can get an entry down here, I'd say if like we can get filled at the gap here, I'd kind of do something like this,
And do a 2-to-1 from there.
something like that. But look, I don't think we get filled.
I'll probably wait till the other side.
Yeah, well,
Whee!
we broke way below, but yeah, that came when so we had a bear div up
Yeah.
here. So I mean, this kind of wiped. This is one of those things where if you get filled here and it reverses straight away, you know it's great, but we probably get stopped here. Yeah. Actually, yeah, we would have got stopped there.
Oh, yeah.
But look, I think it would have reversed right away, and we're actually getting some nice bottoming action going on here. So let's slow it down just a little bit. Right, so we're getting a squeeze now in the RSI. Maybe we'll give it a couple of. It's a weird pattern there. That's a bit of a weird one. On a daily, this would probably be a key reversal. I could see
Oh, yeah.
that being a key reversal. Look at the volume coming in as well. That's
Yeah.
really nice. So actually, considering that we've just gone past that trend line, I'll see if we can get some structure on the other side and then might
There
go
you
from
go.
there. I mean, this is a bit of a hard one. I'd let this settle. And keep going. Yeah, maybe that would have been a cheeky
That would have
entry
been the
there.
entry.
That would
Yeah.
have been a cheeky entry there.
That would have been another entry there.
Yeah, maybe if we can shoot down here, I'd be willing to take a bite. I'd say we can get down here. I'd take a bite and I'd risk
Just get to the trend.
maybe just there. And I'd say we can even go for like a 4-to-1 here. Just it might just be a momentum play, but we might not get filled. So we got filled there. Might take some heat on this one. But let's have a
Looking
look.
decent.
Yeah, it's looking alright.
Getting some
I think we
lucky
get,
divs.
to be honest, I think we get stopped. Yeah,
Ah,
it's one of those ones where, yeah, looking back, it's a bit of a tough one on a 4-hour chart.
looks like it's basing out. We can even change it to a daily if you'd like. We can
I'm
suss out the daily.
happy to keep it on the 4-hour, just to see what happens. Yeah, this is a crazy one. You've got the MACD just flip straight up, so these are pretty hard trades to take, but there might be a short up here if we can get back up here. And we're
Piercing that
squeezing now.
trend.
We're squeezing now. We're squeezing to the upside. There'd be a trade up here if you could squeeze in. Yeah, maybe that would have been the entry there.
That would. Oh, you'd have been stopped, huh? It's
Yeah,
just
it's
playing with that trend line, man.
yeah, definitely playing around with this trend line here. The moment I'm not able to read this one too well, so we'll just keep playing it. Yeah, it's heavy downtrend. That might have even been an ABCD to be honest.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, not quite yet.
Might
We
get filled with it.
we could get a push down there, but it's not likely. Yeah, still
See,
playing
that's
along
very,
with that trend line.
it's very interesting, the 4 hour, um, on your New York Stock Exchange. It's very, very volatile.
Yeah, it's there. Those charts are a bit harder to read. That's
Hmm.
why I like to go on dailies for things like that. But now it's looking like we're getting some ABCD action to the
On
upside.
the reverse, yeah.
There you go. I think we
I'll
might
take an entry there.
right here.
Yeah, right there on that gap.
You're taking a long
I'll go like, yeah, I'll take a long there.
right here,
On the yeah, right there.
right there. Where would you stop be?
Risk it to the left shoulder.
Whereabouts?
Yeah. Yeah, right there.
Right here.
And yeah, that's fine. And I'll just take a 2 to 1 from there.
Well, let's see.
It's just playing around that 50 mark on the RSI. Doesn't look the greatest. Oh, oh, we got bears waking up. Nope, never mind.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Nice fill
Beautiful.
there. Really nice. Had a nice big W here. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good trade there. Let's keep going. Uh,
You want to switch it up to another name?
nah, I'm happy to keep going on this one to be honest.
That's good.
Just want to try and get a read for this up here.
This to me now looks like a inverted head and shoulders. If you look left,
Right
no,
here.
the
Uh,
at the bottom of the trend line.
oh, you mean around here?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's looking pretty bad here, so I might look for a short up here. It's a bit of a honestly, it's a bit of a risky one because I feel like I'd get stopped here.
Interesting, because you're when are we getting MACD divergence there?
That's what I
Mm.
thought. Yeah, we definitely got MACD divergence. That's why I was taking a short up here. And you had like a head and shoulders pattern up here. So if we get a
Oh yeah, yeah.
breakdown, I'm gonna take that. Yeah. So, but look, with these ones, yeah, I'd expect to get stopped up here. And then maybe look for another move
I
down.
think that one there is your entry for the short.
You
That
reckon
M,
this
if
one
that,
here?
yeah, that would probably be your M there.
Yeah. Well, let's put your one on. Something
I'll
like
risk
that.
it above. I'll risk it above, slightly above the
Something like that.
yeah, because they'll probably hunt liquidity there.
Yeah, I'd say that one's probably a decent one. But still, like when you have a runaway bull like this, it gets pretty tricky. But
Mm.
I can definitely see us being filled down here, and
No,
we get
no, we're
stopped
getting it.
again.
It looks like it's just an uptrend
So
market at the moment.
yeah, these are the type of things where you can get pretty much embedded in a you can get pretty much
Overbought.
embedded up in overbought territory, and what'll happen is it'll keep grinding up. So you'll keep getting A, B, C, D moves and bot setups to the upside. Um, so yeah, I mean we're no stranger to that. We've seen this happen before. Um, but yeah, when it comes to something like this, there is no retrace. Sometimes you just got to take that bot setup with these lows and just ride it. And
Follow the trend.
yeah, and with something like this, you'd be selling, on the way up and trying to capture as much of this move as possible. Um, in our case, it's one of those things where are you swimming, are you swimming, downstream, or you going upstream and trying to hunt shorts up here? Obviously, you're gonna have an easier time if you're hunting longs up, down here.
I'd say take the fib retracement, because it looks like we've got MACD divergence as well as RSI divergence to the downside, and we've got an M through the RSI 50. And
Yeah,
I'd say we'd probably look for the 61.8 or even the 50% retracement. I'll actually enter a short after it makes a big M.
something like this.
Yeah, if it turns down there and makes an M.
Let's have a look because we got to make sure that we don't break above these highs.
Yeah,
But yeah, maybe somewhere around here. It's
that's price discovery at the moment.
pretty bullish. Yeah, you know what? Something like this, I could take a short around here. Um, but this would be like my fifth attempt or something. But we'll do something like this and we'll take it down here. I'd do a 50% rule to be honest, but that's biting a lot for me. Oh, you get stopped there too. So yeah, when it comes to something like this, it's always hard
So
to keep hunting shorts.
I'd even say if that keeps happening with me, I'll just draw like a trend line off an M structure, and just if it W's out on that, I'll
Mm,
just follow the trend. Otherwise, yeah. And that there is your topple. Yeah.
yeah, so now you'd be wanting to hunt for a retrace back up here. That's the problem. You get so many signals, like back here,
Yeah.
looking for a bear move, and obviously the market's embedded in the overbought zone, so it does get a bit tricky. And then
There you
sometimes
go.
you'll get charts like this where you just get a collapse straight down without a retrace back up to enter back on. Um, but maybe here, that looks a lot better, especially with this candle. This is like a key reversal on the
Oh,
4
key
hour,
reverse
so
too.
I'd probably take that one there actually. That looks
Let's
pretty
do it.
decent.
Yeah, I'd go for it as well.
Alright, let's do it. This one I'd actually take down to a 50%, or might not even be a 2 to 1. Well, there you go, that's a 2 to
Oh,
1.
there you go. It's a 2 to 1.
This looks a bit more promising to be honest. It could even, go all the way down to 15 here. So, but so far so good. Might even put stops at scratch up here, um, just to be safe. But it's looking like it's going to play out and hit its target here. Actually, it did, yeah. So it did hit this 38.2 level, and you would have been stopped out at scratch. But there might be another short up here that you could try and take for sure.
You got some
But
bears at the bottom.
yeah, it's looking like this gets taken out as well, this high here. So that's why I would have put my stop at scratch there. As soon as it hit here, my stops would have been at scratch, just because it does get a bit dangerous if when you see something like that play out. And in this case, it was probably for the best that
There you
you
go.
put your
Yeah.
stop at scratch there. Um, yeah, ideally you would have done something like this. That would have probably been a bit better.
It's interesting because after it hit the 38.2, it actually kind of made a setup.
Yeah,
Even a inverted head and shoulders right there as well. It's a 38.2. So now we know we're in an uptrend. We can even follow the trend even more.
Yeah, for sure. And you'd be hunting, retraces back down here. Something like this, you could get away with using moving averages and just hunting any kind of
Crosses.
breakdown and crosses, but I mean maybe down here now. Well, to me that's looking pretty toppy, so I'd try and hunt a short, maybe somewhere here. Yeah, it's a bit actually, but yeah, you see the perfect entry there was break below that 200 moving average on the 4 hour. So that would have been a pretty good entry, and if you were hunting the W there, you'd have to be pretty quick, but you would have gotten a nice entry down here. Yeah, so it's looking like this one's just in a runaway bull.
Mm, look at that.
Yeah, it's going
The
absolutely
50 is just
insane.
carrying it. Oh, the 30 is just carrying it.
Yeah,
That's great, man. Powerful. Moving averages are so powerful.
there you go. That's a nice structure.
And once it cuts through the 200, that's your signal to
Yeah, that's a nice signal. And I'd be taking a short right there.
nice.
So, right here. This looks a lot more promising. I'll take a 3 to 1 and see what happens. Oh, got stopped
Whee,
again.
unfortunate.
Ooh. Would I've... Let's see. I don't think I would have taken a stop at scratch. It would have been close. No, that's not the tool I need. Let's do something like this. So, ooh, that would have... That's pretty close. That's a tough one.
I'd actually wait for the white 30 moving average to cross below the orange, and then I'll take a short there.
Then you would have taken a short.
Yeah. So
Maybe so.
now yeah,
Do you
now
take? Would
now
you take this because this just crossed?
yeah, I'll take as soon as it crosses below the 200, I'll take a short.
Or what do you mean? You would have taken it here?
I would have taken it on that red candle, yeah.
Which one? The one here?
Yeah, that one there.
Even though it didn't technically cross below.
Oh, though then technically I would have actually done the second. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
So you would have been doing
So
what? This one here.
that one there, yeah.
Actually, this you'd be doing this one here, which is a bit
Yeah.
low. So would you take it here or would you wait?
See? Yeah, I'll take it. Let's see if it works out.
Would you take it?
Yeah.
All right. So here.
Yeah.
Where's your
And
stop?
I'll stop at the where it crossed.
So
So
here.
where the yeah, right there. And I'll
Interesting.
just take it 2 to 1.
That's very aggressive trading.
See if it works.
Well, I mean, honestly, for me, I feel like it's so aggressive that
We might just get a
yeah, you got
bounce. Ah,
stopped.
there you go. Yeah.
As soon as you said you're gonna put your stop where the cross was, that was the that was
And
indicator for me that you would get stopped exactly right there.
which I didn't even see the gap there, Danny. There's a gap in between that green candle right before it collapsed.
Yeah.
So look left.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, right. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, and look, honestly, when it comes to a trade like this is the what they call the noob stop is
Yeah.
anyone that's looking at the moving average and trying to play that, they'll take that as liquidity and they would have, you know, they'd be hunting for that liquidity up there.
So it should have been actually that the right shoulder of the M.
Well, well, what you said was kind of right. You wanted to wait for a moving average cross, which you got, but the problem was you know, when it came to location, you didn't really have that.
The
Um,
perfect, yeah.
so just remember that when you're hunting for a setup, at least have the location ticked. And in this case, we didn't have the location ticked. The location should have been, pretty much pretty much here. That would have been the nice location to take.
Yeah, because it would have retraced to that midpoint. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was silly.
And then, where you had your stop, I would have said, you should be taking your short here. Just wait for the retrace back up here, then take the
Mm,
short. Then you would have been looking a lot nicer,
mm, mm.
rather than taking. And that's why you never ever take a moving average cross signal, because
Yeah,
you're gonna be selling down here, and you're not coming in at a great spot to short.
yeah.
Same thing when same thing when you're doing a moving cross average up. Um, Obviously, it depends on the environment, or it will depend on the situation that the markets are in. It is very situational. In this case, if it's a bull, sometimes you don't get that retrace down. You just get a massive run up, and that's when you can take those blind moving average crosses like this, and you won't get
Mm,
stopped out. Um, but when you're, let's say you're in a bear market and you're trying to take something like this, you can expect to, get stopped out.
mm. That's a great lesson. That's a great, great lesson.
I mean, let's see. I mean, yeah, it's probably going to hit your target, to be honest. Maybe. But look, it's just more W's
All
coming
right,
in.
it's just W's,
But yeah, you got.
and it actually retested again.
But yeah, yeah, definitely just retest it again, and it's just looking like it's just going sideways. So,
Very
but
interesting.
yeah, definitely going. Definitely ranging right now. Um, Overall, pretty bearish because
Yeah.
we've had all this. So we've had all this, and now we're seeing the downside. We're seeing the downslide here now. So now we can start thinking shorts properly. Something like that. Maybe retest up here, and you can get some. Yeah. So if you got a retest up here, take a short. Now you're hunting all the way back down to somewhere around here. And then this would be a pretty good location. Maybe start hunting longs. So
Oh, wow.
maybe
Yeah.
something like, yeah,
Perfect.
be hunting longs up. Yeah. So pretty much, as I said, you're hunting longs down here, and you got that nice move up there.
It's almost a complete bounce. It like literally bounced
Yeah,
off
well,
that.
I was I was eyeballing it, but I was basically looking at a 61.8. Yes, 70. It was basically 61.8.
Mm,
In the reload zone here, pretty much between 61.8 and 78.6 here. So that's what I would have been hunting for a long. Um, this one's a hard one because it's just a V bottom. So we'll have to retrace down the line. But overall, pretty bullish.
good stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. There's a few hidden gems there for all the good people out there.
Yeah.
Don't take, you know, that moving average cross um, to heart. So
Yeah,
wait
that's
for the retest of the midpoint.
yeah.
Great lesson there. Great,
Well, I
great
mean, it's the
lesson.
same. It's similar to downtrend line, right? It's like taking a long up here.
Yeah.
You know, wait for some structure, or wait for the location to come in. Um, yeah, it's a good rule of thumb for the moving average there. Don't just take that signal.
Mm.
Yes, they can be powerful, but you've got to have more confluence than just that pure signal.
Just that cross. Yeah, you can't just keep that one. Yeah, that's a great lesson to keep, man. I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep my eye out
write
on
it in
that.
the journal, write it in the diary, and keep note of it for next time. It's all about honing the skills and learning from these mistakes.
Well, that's exactly it. That's how you sharpen your sword. You got to make these mistakes, paper trading,
Yeah,
so that you don't
exactly.
make them with, your hard-earned money.
Yep, that's true.
So, great stuff, man. Did you want to go again, or I think we call it quits today. Today we've done about 50 minutes.
Yeah, I think we'll
Hope
call
we
it there.
hope we provided everyone value, man. Anything you want to add, Danny?
Nah, not really. Look, today's one of those days where, coming back from work, it's my mental is just a bit tired, so it's a bit. I could tell when I was trading, and it's one of those things to keep in mind where if you're not feeling it, don't force a trade. But obviously, if we're paper trading, this is fine. But obviously, when when you're actually putting on a trade, you want to be in the right mental capacity. Um, but today, that mental capacity has just been completely worn out. So, wasn't in the right mindset, to think, and it showed because we were hunting shorts in a bull market like this, and this it's one of those things where it's almost like crack trading where or like revenge trading where you're basically um, what you'll do is you'll keep hunting shorts um, along here, and you just keep getting stopped and stopped and stopped, and it drives you mad, right? And
Yeah.
you get to the point where you get frustrated, and you take it out on the markets, and you never want to do that. So yeah, it's just one of those things.
Yeah, so that's so true, man. Um, it's like with everything, everything in life that you do competitively or, any sport or whatever, you have to have the right mindset. You don't just jump in for the sake of jumping in. So, um, yeah, man, great, great, great source of information there. Um, thank you all for watching. Thank you for following along. Give us some suggestions. Follow our socials, 2K1A, 2 Crypto 1 Analyst. Anything from you, Danny?
Nah, that's all I got.
Alrighty, guys. So, with that,
Peace.
Danny, peace.